Alright, hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the Cancer Cup. Whether you're asking about the team comps, the parents, the skills you are looking for, the strategies, I will explain everything to you and you'll be very, very ready. I double checked a lot of the information with Urzi, the reference document writer and very recent YouTuber as well. And I also talked with Charles Victoria Frontier. Yep. So the information should be very, very checked already, so you should be fine already. Okay, so the reason why we're making the video now is because you should be training for the Cancer Cup now if you're planning to do a specific strategy, and I need to release it early so you know what you're hunting for when you're training for the next CM. If you're burning out already, I will also have strategies for you, so please do not stress out. Alright, playing the game is more important than quitting the game. Right, must enjoy game, because name of the thing is called game, right? It's a game. Don't burn yourself out. This is not the job, it's a game. Okay, Meisho Doto is going to be the lore for today, because last time we talked about TM Opera O, and if you talk about TM, you must mention Meisho, because they are basically interlinked. They are basically the best of friends and the greatest of rivals, right? Meisho Doto is always chasing the butt of TM Opera O every single time, right? If you know the lore of TM Opera O, basically Meisho Doto is always in the second place position for her, right? Always in the second place position. Take note, there might be some spoilers for the movie where I'll talk about the results of some of the races, so if you do not want to hear any of these spoilers, then you can also skip to the actual section that I talk about the Cancer Cup. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to go and talk about some of the races that Meisho Doto will do with TM Opera O later on, and that might spoil some of the movie stuff for you. Okay. So, Meisho Doto lore over here. Meisho Doto is actually a very, very cute horse. It's like a Disney princess horse, honestly. Very, very cute horse. Right? This horse is an Irish horse. Comes from the Northern Dancer lineage as well. Comes from some US horses as well, which I don't really know the names of. Eventually, I will add them to the list, but there's a lot of other JP horses that we still need to add on. It's very, very tough for me to add all of this stuff here. But yeah, basically, for Meisho Doto over here, it comes from US and a lot of Irish horses, basically. Right? The horse is very, very aggressive in the racing days. If you watch the movie, for the Agnes Tachyon and Jungle Pocket, you actually see one race with TM Opera O where you basically get a very, very insane expression from Meisho Doto, which does not look like this at all. And that's because the horse itself in the racing days, right, very aggressive, will bite you and slam you, really, really very aggressive, right? It's only later on that after retirement, the horse would chill out a lot more. Also, the horse is really damn cute, really, really very cute, right? Doto, even though she is a very cute horse, in my opinion, she is a boss horse, meaning that when she went to the stables, she made Taiki, Shelter, and Rose Kingdom her lackeys, which is very, very funny, right? Yeah, the horse also loves to mate. Yes, it's a guy, loves to mate, right? The horse loves small animals. That's why I call her a Disney princess. Literally, a Disney princess because she would try to befriend all of the small animals in the stable that she would meet. Yeah. Her alternate later on, right? She will get, I think, Halloween or fantasy or something like that. She has a tanuki inside of the unique animation, and that's a reference to the fact that she let a tanuki rest in a stable at during the winter time because she wanted to. I guess she just allowed it to, right? I mean, she's just very, very cute. She loves animals, right? Later on, you also see the Meto the cat. Meto the cat will also enter Uma Musume, where Doto will hold the cat in her hands or the cat will sit on her head. Very, very cute, right? And the lore here is that Doto was spending several years trying to befriend this one cat, like slowly meow, 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 and trying to lure it, right, to go and hang out with the horse, right? After a long, long time, eventually Meto will just befriend Meisho Doto, and then they'll just hang out a lot. And that's why you will see Meto the cat hang out with Meisho Doto quite a while. Yep. Doto's chest is also humongous because the in real life horse had humongous chest muscles as well. You can go and look at the actual side views of this horse. Very big chest muscles. Hishi Akabeno is also another very humongous horse in the game. And also in real life, very, very big horse, and they are both, I think, tied for the size. Also, yeah, very, very big horses. Okay, and then you see this symbol over here. This like, I don't know what the hell you call this, right? This tree symbol smile thing here. If you zoom into this picture here, you can kind of see the line here, right, of the curve, and that's because the horse in real life kind of has that line. So that's why they decided to make that onto the Meisho Doto, from what I understand. Because the horse actually has the tree symbol on the actual mouth, so they just copy paste that. So I thought that was really, really damn cute. This horse is just so cute, very, very cute horse. But don't mess with her; she's a monster on the field, right? We're gonna look at the races now. Basically, you know how TM Opera O always has Meisho Doto at second place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the G1s. We must remember this, right? For every horse behind Doto and TM Opera O, they see 2 demons. Meisho Doto sees 1 demon, but everyone else sees 2 demons because it's either TM or it's Doto. Almost every single time, right? Because these two are always fighting each other for that front position. Very big menaces here. So Doto is not in any ways weak. its TM Opera O is many times stronger, right? Doto is a very strong horse, but TM Opera O is just always slightly stronger in certain situations. But Doto will eventually get her revenge in Takarazuka Kinen, an anime series where they just cover Doto losing multiple times into like some sort of depression, into beating the shit out of her in Takarazuka Kinen will get so much money. I'm not even kidding, right? People would pull for Doto just by watching that anime. I can't wait for that kind of shit to happen, right? Really, really damn sick, right? You just see lose, arch rival, and then oh bam, the redemption arc over here in Takarazuka Kinen. It's the winner. I'm telling you, right? It's gonna be so damn good for Uma Musume's story. Really, really damn good. Yeah. For her record though, her success, right, it's still very, very good. She was sold for 5 billion Japan yen, and then also for TM Opera O, she was also sold for like 10 million yen. TM Opera O comes from a very strong lineage, and Meisho also comes from the Nova Dancer lineage, so it's still a very respectable horse, right? But she was sold for very little. They are both sold for very, very little, but they both made insane returns from 33,000 to 6 million. And then for TM Opera is even more insane, 71,000 to 12 million. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of returns on these horses here. Like, people sometimes it's just vibe checking, you know. It's like the racehorse owner would look at the horse, and if he vibes with the horse through like maybe the coat is very nice, the name is very nice, the eye is very nice, or some shit like that, then you buy the horse, and it's a vibe check. If they pass, they get bought, and then now they are just insanely powerful, right? So yeah, Meisho Doto is one of those horses where okay, we buy you, and then oh my god, insane horse, actually insane horse, because always getting second place has its perks, because these are all G1s. G1 second place price is a lot of money. It's a crap ton of money. So even if you're second, you still get a crap ton of money, and so she still earns an insane amount of money over her lifespan. It's just that TM Opera O earns a crap ton because he won all of these G1s over here. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the lore of Doto. Always at the second place of TM Opera O, and anime about her is going to sell billions, I'm telling you. Really, really damn sick. Okay, so that's pretty much the lore for Meisho Doto. One of the cutest horse in the game, very, very lovable horse, but don't mess, that horse is a demon, right? A demon on the track. The second demon, if you look at TM Opera O's S as well, right? You have two S's in front of you, one Doto's and one TM Opera O, almost every single time, right? For the Cancer Cup, we are now going to talk about the disclaimer first. If a skill does not appear here, either we have missed something, which is very unlikely, but more likely the skill is just not relevant for this CM or provides too little value, so we just don't mention it. It's better to get the skills here because they are probably the highest value stuff you can get for the Champions Meet. Workflow for creating this list here is that we'll draft this, we'll review it, we go through multiple sessions of this, and then we'll send it to Urzi every now and then also to double check, and then after that, I will make the video. And that's pretty much where we are right now. We are currently here, right? And now, some questions that some people will ask me is like, what parent cards can I swap in? What is a copium parent? What's a good enough parent? Let me just straightforward tell you right now, parent cards can be anything you want if you're willing to grind for it. Alright, if you want to change it for left-handed from Suzuka, go ahead. I'm telling you, it's so hard to hit Suzuka left-handed. It's so hard. It's an event. A random-ass event which you have no control of. So like, GG, nice. Right, the next one is going to be parentage. For me personally, I take the horse if the pink is good and the white skill that I'm aiming for is there. If these two are met, I can cope the horse already. I'm okay with the horse. Why am I doing this? Is because I don't want to grind 1 billion times and not hit my ass. Do you know how shit that feels? Like, it feels so damn shit. I'm willing to sacrifice blue sparks because my deck is not that bad. I whale quite a bit, so I have a lot of SR maxes, right? I have some decent SSRs as well, right? So I just use those instead. And if I use those, I can still hit the stat thresholds. I'm fine. I can go to Taurus Cup finals for sure, right? So that's why I just want to make my life easier. So I go for the pink and then I go for the skill. Like, now some of you are doing groundwork farming, you already understand how shit it is, right? Now imagine you do the ace farming after that. Oh my god, you're going to jump. Alright, like, it feels so bad. It feels so bad. So if you do sacrifice stats for it, then sure, make sure you have a good enough deck. If your deck is not good enough, then you have to sacrifice some sparks over here. Then you borrow a horse, a parent horse that's very strong, has a lot of sparks. Then you pray that it hits on that side rather than your side. Right? That's basically how you have to play it. Right? That's how you have to play it because there's no other choice. You need the stat lines. Okay? So basically, the last bit of advice I want to give you is for as long as you hit, Mile S and stat thresholds, I can almost guarantee you will hit Cancer Cup finals every single time. As long as you get the stat threshold succeeded and the Mile S, you are done. Right? Cancer Cup finals easily acquired. I can almost guarantee that already. Right? Very, very easily done. Just beat 3 noobs who did not watch this video or any other relevant creator. Alright? That's basically all you have to do. Because what you need to do is just beat these people over here. You are currently here. All you need to do is just beat the shit out of these people over here. You are fighting in a lobby, right, of 9 horses total, which means you're fighting 2 other people. So all you need to do is beat 2 noobs. So if you go into CEM trials, you have 5 options, right? 5 chances. You just need to win 3, correct? So 3 times 2, you fight 6 noobs. You fight 6 noobs and you're in the finals. Done. Taurus Cup finals, RNG. If you get noobs, awesome. If you get sweats, not awesome. But remember that anything can happen, right? A Kayla incident can happen to any one of these people here, even you, right? Even you can get a Kayla incident. So because of that, just hope and pray for good RNG for the last one. But I can guarantee you, with decent enough stat line thresholds hit and also the Mile S, you are done. You will get inside. I can almost guarantee you will get inside. Whether you win or not, that one, let RNG happen already, right? Because if you put any more effort, you might burn out and quit the game already. I know many whales who quit the game because they just can't keep up. But don't sweat that much. You should not sweat that much. I can guarantee you will get there. Then our good RNG will get you the win also. Good RNG will get you the win. Okay, that's pretty much all of the advice I have for the disclaimer. Now we talk about the tier list, right? For the tier list stuff here, this is a front runner dominated lobby. Take a look at the symbols over here, right? I have the Oshi symbol over here. Haru, Rara, and Oguri are Oshis, but they are not very good. They have a copium symbol on them because they are quite copium to use here. Hard training is basically means that they have something that's not available, right? Maybe no Mal, like the Mal is E or some shit like that. Or this, in this case, like it's gonna be insane. Like I think the Mal is okay, but the turf, you have to go and pump up the turf. For front runner El Condor, you need to get the front to A because it's E right now, right? So on and so forth. So that's why hard training exists. Debuffers, because in this CM, debuffing means more of blocking rather than actually debuffing. Because if you block the front runner positions, you actually make them a lot weaker. So you want to block front runners specifically, and so there's this build I'm going to call the Blockushin, because Blockushin is a very, very viable option to block all of these other front runners from playing the game. Then we also have the gambling option. You will see a lot of gamblers over here, and that's because, according to Urzi, consistent Umas should be below the gamblers. And so basically, I recommend gambling. Gambling is a good thing in Uma Musume, because if you have 3 gamblers, surely one of them hits, right? Surely one of them hits. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's talk about horses. Seiyun Sky, Narita Taishin. Seiyun Sky, very strong unique. It can just make into a very, very comfortable ace horse. She has a 0.4 acceleration unique. Very, very strong. Easily understood. You basically inherit this unique onto every single one of your front runner Umas. Every single one of them will take the Seiyun Sky. After that, we have Narita Taishin. Very, very strong because of Encroaching Shadow. Nemesis can even speed carry over into the corner acceleration time. Sorry, the straight line acceleration time. And the combo of those two actually can even beat Seiyun Sky over there, right? So really very powerful, consistent options for these two horses. That's why I tell people, get Narita Taishin, because she will appear so many times, because she will appear in miles and longs, got straight line at the end. GG is Narita Taishin time, right? That's basically how Taishin basically is going to be meta for like 1.5 years or some shit like that. Then we have the Blockushin. Blockushin's purpose in life is not to win, it's to deny everyone from winning. As long as I deny everyone from winning, I am able to win with my Narita Taishin. I'm able to win with my Gambler Grass Wander. Shit like that can happen. That's why I use the Blockushin. Also very, very easy to make compared to an actual ace horse, because you do not need to get Mal S on a Blockushin. She just exists to block people, so she doesn't need to win, right? So that's why we will be doing the Blockushin explanation, right? Then after that, we have Alconda Pasa. If you force her into front, she's insanely strong. Cause Porplanca will give you an insane amount of acceleration. And then you combo that with Seiyun Sky, Inherited Unique. Oh my god, insanely powerful horse, right? You will need to pump her front runner proficiency to A from E, however. So you will have to sacrifice some sparks for it. But yeah, you really, really desperately need the strategy to be A, because front runners need wits for position keeping. The only one of you gets to activate the Saiyan Sky ult. If you do not know, right, angling and scheming, whatever the unique is called for the Saiyan Sky in global, is basically ult that only works if you are in first, which means that if you are second, third, fourth, and fifth, none of you are getting Saiyan Sky activation. That's why we put 3 front runners. Surely one of you activates the groundwork. That's basically how we play, right? So bits is very important for position keeping. We want to stay in front of the other horses and activate the Saiyan Sky unique. Right, for the A tier over here, we have a crap ton of gamblers because gambling is good. We basically want to gamble all of these horses over here in the late surger position, most likely. I don't know why we put the pace here, we have to edit that later. But we put them all into the late surger position. We get the Major Ryan, magic number 6. We get into the 6th position, activate Major Ryan, and then we maybe activate Marusensky, accelerate, activate all of the innate accelerations like Stick Surge, Updrafters, kaboom! Gamble. We accelerate faster than all of the other horses, we win the game. Done. Acceleration R gaming, right? But it's of course a gamble. We are gambling our lives on the magic number 6, gambling our lives on the activations of all of our acceleration skills, because we need to activate a lot of them if we want to try and beat all these massive horses in front of us, right? Smart Falcon fulfills the same purpose as a Bakushin over here, but she does start with turf as a, I think, E or something. It's a very low turf, so you need to pump it up a little bit, right? Then we also have Daiwa Scarlet, front runner. Like Axel Sirius is going to be so happy when he sees this, because Daiwa Scarlet, oh my god, gamble. Front runner, groundwork, give her Seiyun and El Condor Pasa, kaboom! Daiwa Scarlet wins the game, done. Easy clap. Daiwa Scarlet is very powerful horse if you gamble, right? Very strong horse, right? She's not S. The reason she's not S is because the gambling part is quite tough. That's why it's quite tough, right? The gambling part, you need to hit. If you never hit properly, you basically don't have a unique that is viable. So yeah, that's something that is very important for you. Okay, other than that, we also have Suzuka. Suzuka is notably a gambler because of Unrestrained, but she's also notably a super easy horse to make for this CM. She has left-handed, concentration, and Unrestrained. 3 skills which are going to give you some value in this CM. Then you just slap on groundwork on her, and you slap on maybe some front runner corners and whatnot, and you're done. She's so easy to make compared to all of the other front runners due to the fact that she has access to some of the decent skills that you can get for activation of your groundwork and for activation of other stuff, right? Because concentration and the left-handed, right, basically count as 2 skills for the activation of your groundwork. Of course, you don't want concentration to be one of them. You rather get 2 other greens. But I'm just telling you, if you want the copium, it can be an option for you, right? 2 done. That means just get 1 more green. Congratulations, you now can activate groundwork already, right? Suzuka is very comfortable, and Unrestrained is a gambling skill. Can get you a win every now and then, but it will not be as consistent as Seiyun, as El Condor Pasa. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I have to say about that. El Condor Pasa Fantasy is a gambler. Basically, you look at her, it's excels and stuff. Just put her late surger and do all the gambling shit. Mayana Top Gun is not really gambling. I don't know why we put that symbol here, but basically it's another front runner that's accessible for a lot of you guys. You need 3 front runners anyway, so if you're F2P, right, you can do something like Daiwa plus Mayano plus your main front runner, whoever that might be, right? That's a viable option to stack a bunch of front runners. And then for Ghost City is another late surger, and then for El Condor Pasa Pace, this one is notable because El Condor Pasa Pace is a sort of really hardcore anti-counter. You basically want to have a bunch of front runners in front, and then you use Pace Pasa to overtake and then get all of the acceleration activated and deny people from activating Seiyun Sky ult. So it's like a sniper. It's not like Blokushin where it denies. It's more like I can win if I deny you, and I also steal your activation. So I just win the game from there. So Pasa is a bit of a weird case. I do not know how to explain her very well. So if anyone's better than me at that, feel free to explain her. But basically, Pasa is something like I have to get a lot of overtaking stuff for the pace chaser position, and then I try to overtake, and then I activate my Vittoria, and I win the game. That's how it works. Yep. So other than that, we have the B tier and C tier and F tier. I will not talk in great detail about these tiers because these horses are basically gimped compared to a lot of these horses here. They have innate skills over here that makes them really damn good. But then if you look at the B tier, they don't really have a lot of innate skills that make them really good. Or they're just consistent Umas, or they're just going to have something that's lacking out of all of their stuff, right? They're not very important for this CM. And nice nature is also not very important because stamina requirements in this CM is really not that bad at all. So you really will not get a lot of value from the all-seeing eyes, but you will get value from something called Speed Eater, which is a front skill, right? So that's why you don't want to use Nice Nature. That's why you rather use a front debuffer instead rather than this one. Yep, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this B tier over here. If you wonder why in more great detail, you will have to Ko-fi me or ask me on the stream, because it's a lot of effort to explain every single one of these horses here. It's a lot of them. C and F tier also deserves explanations, but it's also really hard to explain. For these, like some of them is like Unix doesn't work properly. Unix is hard to activate properly. Their Mal is gimped. Their Mal is like really, really bad for some of these horses here. Only stamina. Stamina is not very important for this Mal, blah, blah, blah. Lots of different reasons, right? If you want more details, you have to ask me or pay me money, all right? I'm not going to explain all of them in one video. It's going to be too long. Okay, moving on to the Legacy tier list, right? For Legacy, very easy to understand. Seiyun and El Condor for horses that want to win for fronts. McQueen, horses that want to block you will get McQueen because it's a corner speed skill. Really, really good. Majiro Ryan, Maru, and Taiki, take note that these are all backliner uniques. Why are they backliner? It's because, right, just now I said Maru is here because the alt activates wrong timing, right? It activates at the corner, which is bad. But what happens is that you want it to activate later. So you put them as a late surger or end closer, right? And what happens is that if there's a lot of front runners and you overtake a few of them, you're now 5th position, you get to accelerate. And you accelerate at the good timing instead of the bad timing. And so with this, you have another gambling skill for your backliners, and it's really, really good if there's a lot of front runners. And I'm expecting a lot of front runners, so I'm going to go with this one because it's a pretty good gambling skill. If there's a lot of gamblers, however, then what happens is that this thing doesn't really work that well, because you might activate it too early and then it doesn't really give you anything. But that's fine. As long as you activate number 6 over here, Majiro Ryan, you're pretty much good to go already, right? So that's how the game is played. It's rock, paper, scissors, lots of fronts versus a lot of gambling versus blocking the front runners versus other stuff, right? Lots of different ways to go and play this CM. Very, very versatile CM. So I think it's very, very fun for you guys to go and experiment and try out all of your different strategies or stuff that you can try and force in this CM and understand them more, right? Gaining the knowledge is probably more important than actually trying to win these CMs. It's more fun to figure out what the hell is happening here, right? So anyway, after that one, we are now going to talk about the stat lines. Yeah, stat lines. Stat lines is going to be 1200 speed, 600 stamina, 800 power, 301 guts, and 600 wits. Take note that these are 601 and 301. Why? Because there's a secret stat threshold that Cygames doesn't tell you, where if you hit 601 and 301 or higher, I put a plus over here, the guts should have a plus also, but someone forgot, lol. Basically, you just get as much as possible, and you try to get above here to this threshold, and you get a little bit of speed bonus. Legit, you get a bit of speed bonus if you are at these thresholds here, right? It's just a secret little thing that Cygames never tells you, but basically you can get something from this, I can assure you, right? Maximize the speed, get your Mal S, get these stat thresholds here. For power and wits, free flow. As much as possible, as high as possible, depends on your own cards. Get as much of these as possible, right? And you basically win the game already. For guts, you want to try to get 301 for that speed boost, but if you don't get it, never mind. Just get the other stats instead. No problem also, right? For the guts, you can opt for something like go to summer, then you click the guts button a few times. Also can. Up to you. Right, many different ways to play this kind of decks. Very versatile decks also. You can change the deck to just click stamina and then you inherit a lot of power. You inherit a lot of power, then you get a bunch of stamina inherits, like blah blah blah. Like depends on how you want to make your decks also. Right. For me, I'll be doing like 3 speed, 2 power, and then 1 wits, and then I just inherit the stamina and I'm done. Right. That's basically what I'm going to do here. Okay. So besides that, we also have the skills over here. Right. For the skills, everything here should be quite straightforward. We are basically looking for all these gambling accelerations for all of our backliners. For the front runners, they do want kind of some of these here because it can give them as additional front runner accelerations. Then universal good skills, very self-explanatory, running style corners, mile corners. It's all a lot of corner stuff. We want to just always have corner shit activating. Front runners, you can actually get these 2 skills over here because they have very good activations actually. Target inside, right? Because front runners are going for high power, high wits, and high speed. As long as one whale is in your lobby who has a very good front runner, that guy will be the first position, the favorite to win. And because you are going to be the same position as the favorite to win, you now get guts. And because you get the guts, you now get a free skill. So that is +1 for your groundwork activation, right? So really good stuff. And then Speed Eater is also really good, insanely good. If you stack 3 Speed Eaters on triple front, holy shit, you can eat all the speed of horses behind you. Very menacing debuff to go and buy on your front runners. Very solid option. And then all this stuff here should be very straightforward to understand already, right? If you have any other further questions for those, Ko-fi me or join my streams. That's it. That's all I can say. For my team lineup, I'm doing Blokushin front, Grass Wonder late, and Narita Taishin N. No Oguri this time because I'm burning out from the Gemini Cup already. So I'm not going to force Oguri into the end closer position again. I will literally explode. I'm working adult doing this. Like, no, can't do it no more. I gotta chill out a little bit. Do Grass Wonder late, a bit chill. Taishin is super chill. Blokushin front is much chiller than doing a groundwork front runner, right? Yeah. 3 Gambling Aces is a viable option. You just do a bunch of late surges, get every excel possible, RNG the win. 3 Groundwork Front Runners is the most consistent strategy now. 3 Groundworks on all of them, one of them wins, and then you Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. Very Chasen, right? 1 Blocker plus 2 Backliners is the one I'm doing. It's basically 1 Debuffer plus 2 Ace. You block with Bakushin, then after that you use Angling, X-Fishing, Seiyun Alt. You basically deny that, and after you deny that, now your backliners have a very good chance to overtake them, and then they just win the game. Unless they get blocked, of course, in which case it sucks to suck. But at least you have 2 aces, backliners, to try and overtake, so that's fine, right? Double Debuff plus Ace is not as strong, but it's good for the casuals. There's no really insane horse for the main ace. You want to really be running either double fronts or either a Taishin or some shit like that. And after that, your double debuffers, they mainly go for speed debuffing, right? You can get Speed Eater as an additional debuff, and then you go for front debuffs for speeds, and you go for end closer debuffs or late surger debuffs. That's basically all the debuffs you want to try and snipe, right? And you want more front debuffers than anything, just because you want to try and block people in the front, and also because you want to try and get as much as Speed Eater activations as possible to hit all of the other front runners. Yep, that's pretty much it. So you can do something like double Blokushin into double Speed Eater. That's a very nice option for double debuffing. You can screw people up very badly with this, right? After that, we have the budget options over here. Mayana Top Gun, Bakushin, Daiwa for triple front. Very accessible. All 2-star, 1-stars. Alcondo also another one, but you have to make her into A front. And then triple gambler is Vodka, Grass Wonder, Majiro Ryan, or you can go for any other favorited horse, because favorited horse can also just buy all the late surge skills like 6 surge, updrafters, and then try to gamble the victory. Also can, no problem, right? Go to the advice. Remember that you must make an ace that beats the weakest, but you don't have to win the stronger players, right? You are currently over here. All you need to do is beat the people over here and you are done, right? Just need to beat 6 people in total, because 3 out of 5 races, right? In these 3 races, you fight 2 people. So 2 times 3, 6 people. Beat 6 people, noobs, and you win the game. Kill all the single dads, right? Single dad, gotta tuck in the kid, blah, done, right? Kill all those people and you're basically done already. Next, we are going to talk about Blokushin stat lines. Basically, build her like a debuffer, literally like a debuffer, right? High wits, high power, 301 guts, 601 stamina if you want, 600 in speed as well. Speed is the least important one here. Try to get more power and wits. And then after that, you basically get all of the corner speed stuff. Anything that gives you corner speed, even curvature can give you corner speed. Just get that. Corner speed spam all the way, and then Bakushin goes to the front position from the corner, and now everyone is blocked from the first position. Haha, get blocked by the Blokushin. Done, right? 601 and 301, you can read this one over here to understand, but that like you can read the reference document if you want to know the exact details of why, I guess. Like, you don't really need to understand this, just need to know that you need to hit these stat lines. That's it, right? And I think that is pretty much it. The decks are over here. You want to argue the decks, just change the deck yourself. Right, I already wrote it here. Change the deck yourself if you want to. I just put the samples here. These are the decks I'm going to be using as well for my own horses to go and make a good groundwork parent, so that I can get my Blokushin. After that, I will make the rest of them whatever. Also for Blokushin, you don't need to get Mal S at all. Remember that. Speed is not as important, so don't need Mal S. In fact, front S is better because Wits is more important, right? So yeah. That's pretty much it. I have basically settled everything. You should understand most of the stuff that you need here. And if you have any other questions, put in comment section. Maybe chat will answer you. And then ask me in stream also can, or ask me in Ko-fi also can, right? I always welcome money because I need money. Why do I need money? Because I need to make this canvas sheet even nicer than it is right now. And I also need to pull my Christmas Oguri because that is the queen, like the absolute waifu. The absolute waifu. No shot I am not pulling on my Christmas Oguri. I must hit that one at least, right? That's pretty much it for the entire video. Any other questions, you know the drill. Goodbye. Thank you.